Hello everyone, I'm Nicole too. I've been an image consultant back since 1987 when I was an undergraduate in the university. At that point, I found that I was really passionate about training people in areas of professional image, business etiquette, communication, and deportment. Now, one area that I was really passionate about was in colors. Later on, about 10 years ago, I started teaching people and coaching them also in emotional intelligence. That's where I found that colors also played a role with people in terms of it was able to trigger different memories or feelings within them. So I'd like to take this moment to share with you a little bit about the color that today has inspired me. I'm going to be talking about the color red. Now, red has really played an important role in my life. I realized that back when I was younger, when I was in primary and secondary school, I belonged to the red team. Eventually, when I went to junior college, my house color was also red. Now, a very significant moment of my life back in 1987 was when I actually represented Singapore in the Ms Universe Pageant. At that point, I had a red dress or evening gown, and guess what? I made it to the top 10 of the finals competition. So that definitely was something significant for me. So when I think about the color red, it does trigger a lot of positive emotions within me, as well as a lot of very good memories. So what does red mean to you? So if I could share 3 positives about the color red, it's about passion, it's about energy, and it's also about confidence. And I'd like to think that those are 3 things that are really important in my life. So firstly, let's talk about passion. I'm very passionate about what I do in my job. I have a very clear purpose or mission where when I meet people, I want to ensure that I can be a source of joy and happiness as well as love to all of them. So I really want to be able to make a difference to people's lives, whether it's at work, whether it's in my social life, or even in the community service that I do as a volunteer. Now that tends to give me a lot of energy, so people always say that I am a bouncing ball of energy when I go out and I meet up with my friends. I enjoy being the center of attention, I'm a joker, I like to spread positive energy, and I find myself always very, very energized and bouncing with tons of energy. The third one, of course, is confidence. Now for me, I've not always been that confident, but having joined the competition definitely gave me a big boost in my confidence, as well as through all the different experiences that I've gone through. Now, on the downside, red can also trigger certain negative things. And one of them for me is that I actually am very quick-tempered. When I have a drive and I want to get something done, I can be excessively impatient with people. On the other hand, I can also be very, very demanding, and that's what red also represents. Now, I can really push people to get a lot of things done. I can be quite a bit of a driver. Sometimes I can be a little bit insensitive to other people. And that may even push me to a negative side, but at some points being a little bit aggressive. So I've really had to recognize that there are certain positive behaviors within myself, but when I started to overuse them, it definitely brought me into the negative behaviors, or I started to find myself affecting people in a way that wasn't really working with my mission or my passion. So what did I do in order to get myself into a better space? Well, it really started on this journey when, number one, I had to be a lot more self-aware. If I was going to be training people as well as coaching them, then I definitely had to find myself in a better place. So number one, I really needed to recognize that I had to slow down, I had to breathe, I had to learn to go within myself and become really very self-aware of my thoughts, my feelings, as well as my actions. And that's where I decided I had to make a change, because even though I was extremely energetic, there were times where I was exhausted, tired, and drained. So this is where the second part came in, where I really had to pull back on my energy and ask myself, what was the worst thing that could happen if I didn't do the things that I was doing? So that way, it actually helped me become less demanding on other people, as well as to manage my emotions when I started to think about how they could be feeling. So that brings me to my third point, which is really about having empathy for others. So again, remember, ladies and gentlemen, being able to put yourself in somebody else's shoes and understand what they may be going through is definitely going to help. That helped me, and I hope it will help you also. Ladies and gentlemen, what I'd like you to do is think about the color red and how has it affected you in your life. Under this video, I've put a list of positive and negative meanings. And is there any word that speaks to you? If there is, please share it in the chat or make a comment, and I would love to be able to hear from all of you. Well, thank you for giving me your time, ladies and gentlemen. So till we meet again, my friends, thank you for this Moments with Marion.